YouTube, what the crap's going on? I've got a great battle here for you between Agony Panda Warrior and Sol Invictus, two very good players. And apparently it was in the finals of the SH Flash tournament. And he said that they had, obviously there was some rules in this tournament, and they'd both kept what they felt like were some of their best factions for one of these final matches, and hoping, obviously that it would be the best from both players. So we should be expecting some really great gameplay here. Swaby is Sol Invictus, and then Panda Warrior is playing as the Boei. Nice build by the Boei, good solid build. And then from Swaby, I see Bloodsworn, see Wodenaz, Berserkers, very interesting Swaby build too. Both of these have their ups and downs. The Boei are going to be more well armored, and probably, they're infantry and they're mid-tier infantry. You got Oathsworn, of course, for the Boei too. But instead of going with Swordmasters, we've got more expensive cavalry from the Swaby to help counter the heavy horse that are going to be fielded by the Boei. And then, of course, a couple of Germanic scouts are going to be problems for the Boei heavy horse unless they're well guarded by spears, and there are spears. So the rules here, there was a max of 10 infantry in total, 6 of which could be melee infantry, meaning sword or club. Max 4 of the same, so you can't have more than 4 units of the same. Let's see, what is this? Cambry Bowwomen? And Germanic Slingers. Nice combination. The Germanic Slingers can tank damage all day long. Some Horse Runners here too as well. Interesting pick. So yeah, I think I saw a couple of Noble Riders. Noble Rider General too, so 3 Noble Riders. I think there was 3 Bloodsworn and 2 Berserkers. And then there was 4 of the Heavy Horse. They're all massed up the hill. So this is not a grassy flatlands type match. Ooh, the Germanic Scouts getting caught here early a little bit by the Heavy Horse, but they'll be able to retreat, but they are going to take some early losses, which is unfortunate for them because these are very useful units. But Sol Invictus gets them away. Panda Warrior's pushing his heavy cavalry to the hill, probably wanting to command this hill. And then it looks like this hill here is going to fall to the Swaby, of course, and the Boei are going to set up on this one. So you kind of got no man's land down here in the center. So no one's going to want to get down there, or else it's going to be bad business. So looks like we're getting set up for a good skirmishing phase, because you got Germanic Slingers, Celtic Slingers, Cambry Bowwomen. Definitely going to be some skirmishing going on. The Heavy Horse here taking some pretty nasty casualties from the Scout Riders, and now you've got the Cambry Bowwomen pouring it in too. So well done there by Sol Invictus. Panda pulling back, sending up the MLG Freeman here to help tank up some damage, pulling them back now too. But as long as they have their javelins around, they can keep the Germanic Scout Riders at bay. In terms of skirmishing, I would definitely give the Swaby the upper hand with the Germanic Slingers. The Germanic Slingers have a really good block chance and should be superior. Right here, though, the Cambry Bowwomen come a little too far forward and get hit by the Celtic Slingers. Celtic Slingers will do quite well and trade very nicely with Cambry Bowwomen. They do some pretty good damage to him. Germanians pushing Horse Runners with Wodenaz Spears. That's a pretty interesting combination. You get a little bit of a block chance. Light, fast units, both of them, with Javelin damage possible. Now we've got the Noble Riders and some Wodenaz on top of the hill. So Panda's been pushed off of this hill, but Panda still maintains this strong defensive position here. Red line to this side. So both players not really wanting to attack uphill, understandably. We've got, looks like, some Germanic Slingers who are going to start attacking a Spear Warrior. And then the Celtic Slingers are firing over here, looks like into Wodenaz. Surprised they're not firing at the Berserkers. Got an engagement here. Germanic Scout Riders charging into Celtic Slingers, and the Heavy Horse are going to pull away and let the Spear Warriors fight that. Probably not a bad idea to throw away those Scout Riders to get some of the Slingers. We'll see, though, how that pans out in the end. Spear Warrior slowly taking damage. Looks like the Germanic Slingers just changed their target to the Celtic Slingers. Noble Riders are under fire from the Celtic Slingers as well. So Sol Invictus and Panda squared off here. Going to be a lot of skirmish fire traded. Here's that Horse Runner unit. So we got the skirmish units here trading fire across the valley. Both barbarian tribes looking to take the advantage here. A lot of terrain. I like this. people definitely going to have to jockey for position and terrain here. Be a lot of cat and mouse games. So far, it's a pretty even trade for both players. I don't really see one player walking away with anything yet. I mean, these Celtic slingers are starting to lose some morale, probably because they're losing pretty handily to the Germanic slingers. The block chance on the Germanic slingers will tend to make them win combat decisively against other cheap slinger units and stuff. And they can do pretty well against even expensive skirmishers, to be honest, because of their block chance. Let's see which stuff over here. The Bloodsworn Wodenaz are taking some skirmish fire, but it's not too bad. Cambria Bowwomen now going to start firing at the Celtic slingers. They have nice, good range. Yeah, you can see the Celtic slingers kind of slowly turning this fight in their favor. Levy Freemen are going to be used. They're going to pull up some Spear Levy to keep the Levy Freemen at bay, but even if the Levy Freemen can throw javelins here, it would be very much worth it. Looks like the Levy Freemen are going to be pushed back. They take a javelin to the back. So yeah, we're definitely going to have an extended skirmish game here. And I would think Sol Invictus is going to want to push this opportunity with his skirmishers as far as he can. There's sword followers being sent in now on this flank. So Bloodsworn being brought up. Yeah, the Spear Levy's winning this one handily. The Sword Follower obviously looking to turn that around. The Bloodsworn could potentially get a nice charge here, do a lot of damage to the Sword Followers since the Sword Followers won't get the charge on the Bloodsworn. 2 heavy cavalry units now being swung in this direction. Celtic Slinger came back from routing. Only thing that they've got over here is a Spear Levy. Noble Rider being sent in to support this flank, so that's kind of warding off the Boii heavy cavalry. Would have to kind of watch out for this gap as well from the heavy cavalry. Spear Levy being pulled out. It's a good idea. Let the Bloodsworn take this fight. Now all of the units being retreated. Maybe trying even to bait the Sword Followers in closer. Heavy cavalry trying to rear charge these retreating units, but yeah, it got caught up in a lot of its own units. But I mean, this engagement melee-wise here went in favor of the Boii, though nothing super decisive as of yet. Trading a Bloodsworn, which has gotten 47 kills on 51 now. Really not bad at all. They're doing quite well. Heavy cavalry, though, is going to put an end to that real quick. This spear unit here should try and get a javelin volley. If it does, it's going to be pretty devastating for the heavy horse. Yep, there it comes. So a nice javelin volley from the Spear Levy, making themselves useful. Killed 5 heavy horse. They're going to come in here and cause some damage. The Sword Follower is starting to get worn down. Here comes a Scout Rider trying to get at more Celtic Slingers, but it's intercepted by a Spear Warrior. Wodenaz Spear being sent down here. They would absolutely beat the snot out of Spear Warriors if they were given the opportunity, but they're going to be careful about getting too close because of the Sword Followers. And here the Sword Followers are being put down by the Skirmishers. So overall here, the Sword Follower traded for a Bloodsworn and a Spear Levy, so it's probably roughly the same cost. Very nice skirmish phase. Like I said, neither one of these players making any foolish instant charges. Each one trying to take advantage of their range game and try and force their opponent into a bad position. The Wodenaz Spears here ought to combine very well with the Berserkers, though, to do a considerable amount of damage. The Wodenaz do good armor-piercing damage, and then the Berserkers just deal a lot of damage, period. And the Swabi are putting together a push here, from which the Boii appear to be falling back, even though there's 2 Oathsworn supporting, along with a Heavy Horse. I would think the Heavy Horse and the Oathsworn could do very well over here, but we'll see. You got to be careful with the Oathsworn. They are very good, but you don't want to just get too cocky with them. Combinations of Swabi units can be dangerous. I like this game so far. It's going well. Interesting game. So we got the Bloodsworn moving up. Still the 3 Germanic Slingers over here. They're guarded by the Noble Riders and a Spear Levy, so not an easy takeout per se for the cavalry. And if the cavalry overcommits here, it's liable to get collapsed on by more Noble Riders from this direction, so definitely good for Panda Warrior not to try and overcommit over here. Got a fast charge initiated over here for the Swabi. Did fast charge not go on the general somehow? Ooh, Wodenaz catch the Celtic Slingers there. Spear Warriors taking a nasty charge. So pretty good engagement right here for the Swabi. Another Berserker unit trying to get into combat, and against the Spear Warriors it will do immense damage. So the Boii being pushed back this direction, Panda falling back. He's still got a sword follower here. So he's still got 2 sword followers and 3 Oathsworn. And 4 heavy horse. So definitely, he's falling back though with the heavy infantry because he's not wanting to take this fast charge with his heavy infantry. So that's a good decision on the part of Panda Warrior. At least I'm assuming that's what he's doing. Sword follower is going to take a nasty charge here from the Noble Riders. That's going to work out just fine, but they do have to get away quickly, so may not be worth it. But there's a Wodenaz spear pushing in here on fast charge. It's going to get a great charge. And if it, yep, it used cavalry counter tactics, forcing the heavy horse to retreat immediately. And they are racking up some kills there. Very quick cavalry kills, but they'll get caught by the sword follower now. Berserkers over here getting charged by the heavy horse. The Berserkers are berserk though, so they're out of control. It's going to help them. It'll keep them fresh, and they won't. They won't chain route. It'll give the spear levy time to come here and drive out some of these units. That'll let the Berserker do some damage versus the sword follower. This sword follower is taking some damage from the Wodenaz spear, so it's not all bad. Again, still a pretty close battle here. It may look a little in favor of the Swaby at the moment, but again, with 3 Oathsworn on the battlefield, there's a lot of fight left in the Boii, who do take a charge, so that's going to minimize the charge from that Oathsworn, and the Berserker is going to follow up. Wodenaz Spear's pulling back from the charge of the Oathsworn, which is probably a good idea. Horse Runners being sent in to try and throw some javelins. Nice combination of units. Swaby trying to use that combination to the best of their ability. Nice kills on the Berserker over here. But a heavy horse now, but a Noble Rider ready to meet it. The Noble Rider would easily win this fight head on. It looks like Panda's going to take it too, so I'm thinking the Noble Rider easily wins that. Kimbri Bowwomen moving up. Oathsworn over here that is using its headhunt. Bloodsworn had the Pride ability on it, so we got Pride popped over here, so we should see the Berserkers doing considerable amounts of damage. Same thing with the Wodenaz Spears. Wodenaz Spear actually melting the Oathsworn up here. The combination of units doing very well. So, wow. That's impressive. That Pride ability on the right units can do a lot of damage, and right here you're seeing that just smashed that Oathsworn. And this one's getting wrapped up there too, so very good engagements for Sol Invictus at the moment, but there's still a considerable amount of heavy cavalry on the field, and now the Swaby Noble Rider General is in very bad shape. Nowhere to retreat. Noble Rider winning this fight handily as expected, only losing 3 men to the heavy horse. I don't know if the heavy horse got a charge. Let's see what's left here. A pretty healthy Oathsworn General. Pride is no longer a factor though for the Swaby. Germanic Slingers still have some ammo left, though it's hard to tell how much. And the heavy horse are going to be a problem for the Swaby. Sword followers blobbing in here with the heavy horse, all looking to take out the Noble Riders. If they can do so, it'll be great. The Swaby General, though, did not die, and that's a big win for the Swaby. There's a Celtic Slinger that could come back into the fight. Oathsworn's getting attacked by a combination of Bloodsworn and Wodenaz, and it looks like the Wodenaz being pulled out to come in for more charges, while the Bloodsworn are left in. It's probably not a bad choice. Oathsworn has a lot of kills, though. A whole lot of kills, and that number of kills is still going to keep going up. This Oathsworn came back from combat and is able to keep taking on the Berserkers. Germanic Slingers still just trying to do their work. Nice kills on those units. Not a lot left for the Boii, but some of the units they have still have some fight in them. This heavy horse and infantry are trying to take out the Noble Riders, and they're struggling. But I would assume they can get it done. Yeah. But it's a matter of whether this heavy horse stays in the fight too, because if it does, it can try and harass some of the Germanic slingers who may be running out of ammo. Nope. I can't tell. They still have fire orders, it looks like. This Oathsworn, though, is racking up the kills, like massively racking up the kills. And it's going to continue to. They're throwing these slingers in, so I'm assuming they're out of ammo too. So, I mean, this Oathsworn's easily going to go up over 200 kills, or over 300 kills now. And there is a heavy horse free, so this is going to actually be very close, because the Swaby really don't have any infantry left. So it's a matter of whether or not they can get rid of the Oathsworn and the sword followers. So that depends on the amount of ammunition left and whether or not the Noble Rider. So the Noble Rider can definitely protect against the heavy horse. But if he's running low on, if the Swaby player, Sol Invictus, is running low on ammo, it could be rough. This Oathsworn's now 315 kills and climbing. And of course, these units are not going to do much to touch the Oathsworn. The heavy horse is just thrown straight into combat here against the Germanic slingers. Kind of surprised that we didn't see the Noble Rider get in here and help finish it off quickly, so that the Boii lose all of their mobility, and that's about to happen anyway. Horse runners have saved their ammunition for the end. This could be decisive. These guys having ammunition this late in the game is actually a really big deal, because the javelins in this game are very damaging. Could potentially see him wreck the sword units here. Ooh, nice javelin volley there. The heavy horse actually still alive and managing to kill quite a few units before it shattered. The Noble Riders, though, are going to be dangerous. We'll see if there's more javelins from the horse runners. There are. This is big. These horse runners are going to be clutching out some very important late game kills here, but the Boii infantry is going to be ferocious. 368 kills on the Oathsworn General. Slingers still have ammunition over here, though. 77 kills is very nice for Germanic slingers. Starting to get some poor morale from the Boii because the General was killed recently. But the battle bars, or the balance bar, is very even. These slingers are going to be decisive here with a wavering sword follower. The Noble Riders are going to come in to try and mop it up. So nice hit there from the Noble Riders. But the sword follower didn't break. And that's actually bad for the Noble Rider. This is extremely close. Let's see what happens with this sword follower. That's going to be very telling. Okay, it's stabilized. So that means the General's probably going to have to pull out. Slingers are going to have an angle. These guys are out of ammo because they've got their daggers drawn. And these guys are apparently out of ammo as well. So charging in, the Swaby General shatters. Oh my gosh. It's going to go to the Boii. Surely. I don't see how these slingers and horse runners could pull off this combat. I think it's going to go to the Boii. Wow, that was close. So that Swaby General that's shattering there at the very end. Ooh, that's just rough. Very, very close. Well, I don't know. I see Boii troops running. What? No way. No way. Dude, no way. The slingers and the horse runners came in and won the end of that in melee. What? That's epic. I'm sorry, that's epic. That's amazing. I can't believe the Oathsworn and the Sword Follower routed. Especially with the balance bar not being all the way down there. That's wacky. And then I'm guessing Panda Warrior wishes he would have seen these guys a long time ago. They probably had some ammo. I don't know if it would have been enough to swing the battle, but wow. That was crazy. So Sol Invictus just barely pulling off the win there. And I mean, right up until the very end, I thought that was the Boii actually right there at the very end. And that was a really sweet battle. That's probably one of the best Rome 2 battles I have seen. I don't know if ever, but maybe definitely ranking up in the top from all time. 428 kills for Panda Warrior on the Oathsworn. He very nearly tanked it out. But I tell you what really hurt Panda was how bad these two Oathsworn got melted. But I mean, great performance from the Sword Followers here and here. They did pretty well. This one got a little bit jacked up. Heavy Horse, 2 of them performing very well, 2 not so much. But I mean, look, these Germanic slingers being very challenging as they can be. Only 2 of the Noble Riders picked up decent kills. The General, not a ton. Berserkers actually doing very well for themselves, as well as the Wodenaz. Very nice performance. And 102 kills in the Horse Runner. These guys are taking home MVP right here. Because I don't think it was the slingers. I'm thinking it was the horse runners in the end that threw those last few javelins, did the damage, and then got the enemy off the battlefield. So great battle to Sol Invictus and Agony Panda Warrior. That was extremely fun. Glad he sent this in. Hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.